In old times, Midwinter was marked by the Danish event called Kyndelmisse. It was on the 2nd of February, and it was a tick in the calendar where people checked up on their pantries and on their animal feed to see if they had enough to last all the way until spring and eventually until harvests. That is what we are going to do today on our farm. We grow quite a lot of our own food, but today you can see just how much we have left at Midwinter, and we're also going to talk about what we do not have left and what we're going to grow more of in the next growing season. Looking at our stored vegetables, we'll still have quite a few left from summer. Down here we have some of our pumpkins. They are still all hard and firm and very good. There's no mold on them. We still have plenty left, and I'm also going to show that we keep some in the freezer. Down here we have some pickled goods. We go through sort of 1 jar of pickled beets a month. And then we also still have some pickled red onions, which are very tasty, and they make a rye bread lunch very, very good. What we don't have left here is some of our marmalades. We made some really good marmalade from sea buckthorn and some from raspberries, and they are all gone. They have been eaten on pancakes and other good desserts. So next year I will pick even more raspberries if I can, and some blackberries. Here we have our beets stored. They are just in buckets with a little bit of sand over to keep them at a good level of humidity. Some of them have gone a bit soft, and they're not very interesting for eating. So they go into the bad buckets. These will be boiled for our chicken flock to eat. So these beets can actually be turned into eggs. We don't like to waste anything here. But we had a really good harvest of beets. So these we have kept fresh. But as I'm going to show you, we also have some in the freezer, because I think these beets, I put the seeds into the ground. I weeded them twice, and they also had some water. And then we have 20 kilos in the freezer, and we have maybe 10 or 15 here. So that was a very good harvest with very little effort. But let's go and have a look at what we have in the freezer. So in the freezer, we also keep a lot of frozen vegetables. And I intended this freezer for meat, but there's a very good reason for the vegetables in here. We have a big vegetable garden, and we keep that along with our ducks to keep pests such as slugs down. Slugs has devastated more than one of our harvests, so there's a very good reason for keeping the ducks in there. Ducks are very funny and gentle creatures, and they don't tend to eat your plants if they have other feed available. But they're very clumsy, and they can sort of scrape, for example, pumpkins. And if a pumpkin gets just a little scrape, there's a very, very high possibility that in storage it will mold and go bad. So when I harvest all of the pumpkins, I pick out all of the ones that had just a tiny scrape. Then we just chop them up in the kitchen and put them in the freezer. And we eat all of those first, so we have many kilos left in the freezer here. What we also have a lot of left is our beets. We had a really good beet harvest, and we took out 20 kilos in the summer, and then all of the family pitched in. We boiled them in a big kettle, and then when they have been boiled, they're very easy to squeeze out of the skins, and then we just chop them up into dinner-ready portions. And there are so many good ways you can use beets in the kitchen. We eat that a lot. This year we also grew a lot of summer carrots, and they're very tasty in the summer. We know that we have limited storage for vegetables, so we haven't grown winter carrots. But these summer carrots were just so tasty that we had to grate some up and use them in the kitchen. We also keep some frozen juice. We make our own apple juice, and we also make from all the other berries we have here on the property. And we have around 20 bottles left, so we still have some to go until we can get some berry juice again. We have apple juice, blackcurrant, redcurrant, and some sea buckthorn, if we haven't just used those. We also have some broad beans. We tried drying them out, but the fall was a bit wet, so I thought to just freeze them as we had plenty of space left in the freezer. I also mentioned meat. We have a small chicken flock. And when we got small chickens in the spring, we got a bit more than half of the chickens as roosters. So we waited until they were nice and big in the winter and harvested them then. And then we have been eating roosters since. We also get a few eggs here in the winter. We have around, I think we have 8 hens now, and we get around 4 eggs a day, and that's quite good for us. We also help some friends out, and that's always good coming together to take on big tasks with friends. So we help our friends harvesting the ducks, and they are quite a different breed of duck from our runner ducks. They are big and fat ducks, and this weekend we're gonna do duck roasts, and I'm looking very much forward to that, to tasting how good they are. It's also very interesting to see what's not there anymore. We had a big bag of fish. We had flatfish of different species that we caught in the autumn, and we also had some summer mackerels that were really tasty, but those are all gone. We have eaten all the fish here in the winter. We also had a lot of berries. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, sea buckthorn, raspberries, and all of those have been eaten, especially by our kids. I think we didn't have as many strawberries as we would like to. So this, also in midwinter, time for reflection. So in this autumn I also upgraded our strawberry patch. So now it is 3 times as big. So hopefully next year we will have some strawberries by this time. You'll have to check out and see. We also picked around 10 liters of blueberries, and that should have been enough, I thought, but our kids really like blueberries, so this has also given me some motivation. I took some saplings from some of our berry bushes, and I will be planting them out and expanding our berry bush area in the spring. So hopefully, next year we'll have some more berries left at this point. We also have some produce here inside. I made a Nordic version of kimchi using some of our cabbage and leeks and carrots. It's very tasty, and I finished the first 2 jars and have this one left. We also had some leftover apple juice, and we made that into apple cider vinegar. And that has been very tasty on salads and in other dishes throughout the season. And there might even also be a bit of marmalade left if you go all the way to the back of the refrigerator. Maybe the kids haven't found those yet. We also have a little bit of beans left in storage. Beans are pretty hard in Denmark. It's hard to grow them, and it's very hard to dry them. And these are the ones that did not turn moldy. But next year I'll try beans once more, as they are very tasty in many dishes. It's midwinter, and I'm really glad that I checked up on our food stores. What I've been seeing today is that we will have plenty of food left until summer. We can eat potatoes, pumpkins and broad beans as much as we want to, well into the next growing season. It also gives me confidence about what we're doing here. It actually works, and it also gives me some satisfaction for all the hard work we put in through the growing season. It has also made me think on what we will change for next year's growing season, what we're going to have more of, what we're going to have less of, and how we're going to work more on storing and preserving some of our food, so we can grow and eat our own food well into winter and almost also into summer. It's not by coincidence that I'm standing right here. In another video I will show you what we do with a lot of our berries and our apples, and it might just have something to do with these. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one, where we'll continue to explore sustainable living on a small farm with a healthy family life besides. Thank you for watching.